like you said, Hong Kong is very important and also dear to our heart. I lived in I'm still living in Hong Kong. It's my home for the last 20 years. So family is here. So Hong Kong is very much home, coming for us. And also, I think Hong Kong is a very important international center for debuting our leading smart EVs. This is the market where we had our listing. This is a market we have a lot of our investors. This is also a market we saw electrification exceeded 80% and most recently. So this is also a great market for electric vehicles.
Was there any delay to get into the Hong Kong market, given that you had to work out, of course, the right-hand steering versus the left hand?
Well, yes, we do have to provide the right-hand driving models for the Hong Kong market. That's why it's slightly later than the comparable China left-hand driving models. But it's usually about 6 to 8 months. That's later than the comparable models in left-hand driving.
Now, Xpeng listed in the New York Stock Exchange in 2020. Is the plan to eventually enter the U.S. market?
Well, I think the U.S. market is always a very big and attractive market, but right now we have no plan to enter at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on in that market, and as a young company, we have limited resources. We have to focus on where we can make an impact immediately.
Now, we heard from President Biden this week about the tariffs, and the intention is to keep the affordable Chinese-made EVs out of the U.S. to tackle strategic overcapacity. Are those concerns founded, and is there a supply glut?
Well, first of all, I will not comment on the statements, but I would say that EV, as well as smart EV, is a huge growing segment of the economy. I think if you see high growth segments, it's hard to predict there will be overcapacity, because there will be a lot of overcapacity comparable in ICE worlds, right? I mean, if you use that as an analogy. So I still very, I would say, confident that there will be a lot of robust demand around the world for, beautiful, affordable, green and smart products. And I think our product will fit in that category.
Now, we watch the latest moves coming through from the United States. The European Commission has an anti-subsidy investigation that is ongoing. What happens if the EU follows suit?
Well, first of all, as a company with global ambitions, we're monitoring these developments very closely. Secondly is that as a company, we just have to deal with whatever challenges that we'll be facing. If there's any situation the EU requires changing strategy, changing in pace, require local, deployment or investment, we have to look into all these. So as a company, we just have to be nimble to respond to various challenges in developing situations.
Let's talk more about your strategy, because we saw a Chinese EV startup this week launch a mass market brand. We won't name the competitor here, but I'm hearing and I'm reading that this is also something in the works at Xpeng as well. Does this mark a change in strategy to move away from what we're always seeing, this price war and the price cuts that are needed?
Well, first of all, I think we will be launching a more affordable line of products. And the reason we can do that is we actually can make the cost of building smart, beautiful product under control. I think this is also reflective of the cost reduction we can achieve. At the same time, we can bring in the smartification costs down to the category of, let's say, 150,000 RMB price levels. Secondly, I think you're right. The overall EV market has become more and more mainstream. The biggest segment of mainstream automotive is in the mass segment. So in order to be a player, to be a leading player in this market, you have to tackle those segments.
Let's get back to your global expansion plans. Western Europe, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, all on the cards. The aim is to be in 20 countries this year. I also read that you are also expanding into Australia. What new markets are you going to get to this year, and how many are you at right now?
Well, right now, I would say we're selling in 4 European markets currently, having actual sales. And we're also having actual sales in, let's say, some countries in Middle East. But we have already launched, just like what we're launching today, the brand launch in a number of European markets, including Germany, including France, as well as other European countries. And then in Middle East, we have launched also in UAE, In Southeast Asia, we also announced our partnership in markets like Thailand, in Singapore, in Malaysia, and obviously in Hong Kong as well. So you can see that by later this year, we'll be in dozens of countries.
Now,